In the ancient village of Ai, there lived a princess named Marina, eldest daughter of King Alex. Unlike her three younger sisters, Marina remained unmarried due to societal judgments about her body size, leading some villagers to sing mocking songs behind her back. The topic of her weight constantly circulated among gossipers, with speculation about unconventional measures taken to accommodate her size. King Alex and his wife were distressed by their daughter's weight, tempting several arranged marriages on her behalf, all in vain. Marina, resigned to her perceived, had given up on herself, convinced that her love for food had made slimming down an unattainable goal. She believed any potential marriage would be motivated by her status rather than genuine affection. One day, while dancing, Marina caught the attention of a man who, intrigued by her performance, decided to support her with his drums. Marina, initially defensive, assumed he was mocking her and urged him to find amusement elsewhere. However, the man, genuinely lost in village and admiring her dance, explained his presence and offered to play for her. Despite her initial skepticism, Marina allowed him to continue drumming. As the man persisted, Marina, realizing he wasn't from her community, thanked him and directed him to the market square. However, the man insisted on playing for her, and without her consent, he resumed drumming, encouraging her to dance. Faced with the prospect of a fleeting encounter with a stranger, Marina decided to indulge in her desire to dance. After a while, she stopped and expressed her gratitude, saying, "Thank you, Mr. Drum. I had a wonderful time." She told him, "My name is Erin, not Mr. Drummer," he replied. Marina shared her name, and as she prepared to leave, Erin pleaded with her to return the next day. She pondered why he had been so kind and eager to spend more time with her. "Undoubtedly, he is not attracted to me," she thought, understanding that it seemed unlikely for a handsome man to have a genuine interest in her. She tried not to let her excitement get the best of her. The following evening, Marina set out to meet Erin, and upon seeing her, he was thrilled. They conversed at length, getting to know each other, and afterwards he drummed for Marina to dance. Days turned into weeks, and their meetings became the highlight of their days. Eventually, Erin expressed his feeling for Marina. Although she had suspected his affection, she refrained from making assumptions. Nonetheless, she was delighted when he finally voiced his feelings, as she felt the same way. "I can come with my people on the next market day to see your parents," he said. The plan was set in motion, and Marina promptly informed her parents that a man from the neighboring village would visit to seek her hand in marriage. The king and queen were overjoyed, never anticipating such a day would arrive. However, a week before the arranged meeting, a calamity struck. An airborne disease spread across the four villages and their surroundings. To contain the outbreak, each village closed its borders, and residents were instructed to stay indoors. Marina, devastated that her future husband wouldn't be able to see her as planned, faced an even graver set. Shortly after the borders closed, she contracted the airborne disease, and for over 3 months she struggled to survive. The ailment significantly impacted her appetite, making it challenging to consume even a half plate of food in a day. As the months passed, a herbalist discovered the cure, and people gradually began to recover. Upon Marina's full recovery, he was astounded to find a substantial weight loss, nearly matching her three sisters in size. Her facial features became more defined. Her beauty was admirable, drawing admiration from men who had previously overlooked her. Suddenly feeling elevated and almost too good for Erin, when the borders finally opened, went to their usual spot to wait for him. When Erin laid eyes on her, he almost didn't recognize her, expressing how much he missed her beautiful smile. However, Marina, feeling mighty, ignored him and even rejected his attempts to play the drums for her. She coldly declared that she was no longer interested in marrying him, leaving Erin alarmed at her abrupt change in her behavior. Despite Erin's attempt to reach out through messengers, Marina continued to ignore him. she entertained a line of potential suitors. To decide on her future husband, Marina came up with the idea of hosting a wrestling competition for eligible bachelors. The winner would be crowned as her future husband. The competition attracted participants beyond the village borders, including royalties and affluent individuals. Marina chose to stay indoors for the next 4 months, undergoing beauty treatments to impress her suitors. However, she failed to realize that her slimming was a result of the illness, not her efforts. Maintaining her old eating habits, she gradually regained the weight. Disappointed with herself, Marina attempted to cancel the event, but her father insisted she would find a suitor regardless of her present situation. On the day of event, warriors, farmers, traders, and numerous eligible bachelors gathered at the village school square, eager to win the heart of Marina, the first daughter of King Alex. However, when Marina was summoned to greet her visitors, the men gazed at her in astonishment. She didn't match their expectation, and one by one they began to walk away, heading back home. Marina experienced profound embarrassment, and she was about to depart in shame. Her eyes caught a sight of a familiar figure. But he appeared different from the Erin she knew. Dressed in a royal attire, a departure from the basic clothing he wore during their meetings. They exchanged glances. Their moment was soon interrupted by a voice. "My prince, your father is ready to leave now." Erin belonged to royalty. His father was the king of one of the 4 villages. Despite his status, Erin often disguised himself to play music with everyone during festivals, avoiding special treatment. As Marina watched, Erin turned away and walked. She realized that she had lost a good man who truly loved her. Regardless, it was a regrettable situation because she never had a chance to find love again. Eventually, she had to settle as the 10th wife of an old chief. The moral lesson of this story underscores the importance of the neglecting those who stood by you during your lowest moments. Such individuals are becoming rare, and if treated unfairly, the opportunity to have them in your life may be lost forever.